My name is Jordan. Probably know me on Twitter at RaiderJ_BBB, where I tweet out sometimes some pics of CSGO and League of Legends esports, sometimes pertaining to DFS. But this year, going forward in 2022, I'd like to get a little bit more serious, and that's why I started making these videos. We can launch it with the LPL 2022 Spring Split that is going to kick off today on the 10th of January. We have the OMG versus Thundertalk in the first game, and then FPX RNG in the second game. I think looking at this slate in a whole, before we get started, I want to say I think the odds are a little bit weird on this one. You would say OMG is the minus 400 favorite, and RNG is a minus 275 favorite. I personally would flip those. I'm personally not seeing why OMG is that large of a favorite. I do believe they are the favorite and they are the better team, but they are not that much better than Thundertalk. I'm just not quite seeing it. They have a new top laner in Shanji. Abel and Cold weren't that impressive. And I think that's where some of the matchup problems can come through in this OMG versus Thundertalk game. If I were to rate out these players, I would say Thundertalk have 3 better players than OMG, and New over Shanji, Puff and Southwind over Abel and Cold in the bottom lane. Those remember Puff and Southwind when they were back on Vici. They were actually pretty good and a pretty formidable duo, and that's what earned them their move to Invictus Gaming. However, on IG, it seemed a little bit tough of a sell having to play with a Cheyenne rookie who are resource demanding, and they weren't able to kind of control the game that they wanted to. I believe they should be able to do that on this Thundertalk game with Frigid and Captain, who seem to be more secondary players. And I believe that kind of sets up for what could be a pretty interesting game here. I think this is going to be the bloodier of the two. However, I could see this one going 3 more likely. So depending on where you value the sweep bonus versus the third game, it could be interesting. This could be a game stacking spot. However, I'm leaning Thundertalk in this one. I think with factoring in price, both in the betting market and the DFS side, and the relative strengths of these two teams, I think the better value in this one, at least, is for the Thundertalk side to go with Puff, Southwind, and New as my targets for the DFS side, at least. Maybe Frigid will be able to be active, but I'm not buying the Cream versus Captain matchup. Then over in the FPX RNG side, I think you have RNG, who is one of the world's favorites very early on here. They lost in the, I believe, semifinal or quarterfinal against EDG, who went on to win Worlds. So I believe RNG is really strong, and then they lost arguably their worst member in Cryan. They moved Xiaohu back to his native mid lane position, and then bring on one of the top 5 world's best top laners, in my opinion, in Bin from Suning. So I believe this RNG team, who I have in my preseason rankings as the number 1 team, should just be a lot bigger of a favorite against this FPX team. There's just too many question marks coming from the FPX side. Xiao Laohu, Beishuan are exciting young prospects. However, they are still just prospects going against proven talents. So there's going to be some disparity there. Gori wasn't that crazy when he played for Nongshim over in the LCK. And then LWX kind of just stood his own, but never did anything that spectacular for the old FPX roster with Doinby. And they have a downgrade in support going from Crisp to Hong. So I'm just not buying this FPX roster right now, at least. Maybe they'll have some better coordination. Maybe Gori fits in a lot better with this team. However, the only real bright spot I'm seeing with the FPX team is the top and jungle, and I'm just not buying that the bottom lane will be able to hold on against Gala, Ming, Xiaohu, back to mid, and then obviously that's not even, their strength is not even going to be better than RNG's worst part, arguably, which is the top and jungle with Bin and Wei. So I'm just not seeing it at all with FPX. I believe RNG should get the job here at 2-0. And I'm going to go with the Thundertalk upset, 2-1, maybe 2-0. You never know how LPL is. I mean, OMG could 2-0. But I believe this is a kind of a toss-up, probably a little bit favored towards OMG, deservedly so. But I'm just not buying that price. And I think with the way the two gamers are built, ownership-wise, gets pretty condensed on the favorites, especially early on. People rely heavily on those Vegas odds. So that's where I'm leaning. I'm taking the Thundertalk upset. Again, targeting specifically New, Puff, and Southwind. RNG, I'm not sure the resources will go between Bin, Xiaohu, and Gala. So they're all kind of good plays. I guess if I were to leave somebody off, it would maybe be Bin. And then go for New over on the Thundertalk side. But I don't think there is necessarily a bad play on the RNG side. I believe they all should get something going. The problem is it could be a game-to-game thing where maybe they have where the champions or the draft goes, that they'll be able to play towards top side, play towards jungle, or play towards mid, play towards bot. There's a lot of options with this RNG team. That's why I have them rated so highly. They have 3 very strong carries. The best support, maybe one of, if not the best support, in Ming in the bot in the support role. So we'll have to maybe wait and see where the resources do end up going on this RNG team. But as of right now, when things are unknown, I believe there is no bad spot. So again, that's where my leans are. I'm going Thundertalk and RNG, probably Thundertalk with the heavier stack. I believe this matchup between Thundertalk and OMG will be a little bit bloodier. But there isn't really much to talk about on a 2-gamer. So hopefully, when we do get the LCK going as well, we can get some nice 4, maybe 5-game slates. That will be very fun and interesting to talk about. And hopefully we get some more data to go off of as well. So good luck to everyone tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys tomorrow, as I do plan on trying to do these videos daily. Thank you.